Hello everyone, welcome to the ITLS Academy. Our today's lecture is on the topic biotechnology and medicine. Let's begin with the introduction. The introduction says that the genomic technologies and the computational advances are leading to an information revolution in biology and medicine. Simulations of the molecular processes in cells and predictions of the drug effect in humans will advance pharmaceutical research and speed up the clinical trials. So, as we know that nowadays biologic medicines have successfully saved countless lives of patients with serious diseases such as cancers, autoimmune disorders like rheumatoid arthritis and cirrhosis, and blood related illness and neurological cases such as multiple sclerosis. So computational prognostics and diagnostic that combine clinical data with genotyping and molecular profiling are nowadays are causing fundamental changes in the practice of the healthcare sector. Therefore, we can say that the computational elucidation of the protein structure and function and genotyping of the individual susceptibilities and simulations of the cellular and organismal processes will lead to a personalized medicine, and therefore it marks a remarkable discovery in the remarkable research in the discovery of the drug. So let's understand how is biotechnology used in medicine. Throughout the years, as we know, biotechnology has touched the all the aspects of the health and agriculture. It is an important field that is applied to these sectors with the aim of improving the different targeted genes and customized medicines. There are numerous methods applied to biotechnology, such as gene treatment, recombinant DNA technology. A more targeted approach is called the polymerase establishment revenge, which uses the genetic along with the DNA particles to make a projected illness and put in replace them with the healthy genes in the physical body in the place of the harmed cells. In simple words, if we explain that, we can say that biotechnology has revolutionized the traditional medicines and helped to save and improve the quality of a life for the people suffering from various diseases. Therefore, biotechnology is commonly used to improve medicines due to the advantages and pieces of knowledge it provides, such as understanding the genetic composition of the human species and foundational structure of the hereditary diseases, manipulation, and repairing of damaged genes to cure the diseases. So, medical biotechnology has improved tremendously in the recent decades, as we can say, by the different research, which lead to the multiple innovative techniques that aim to prevent the diagnose system and treat the diseases if a person having. So more advanced and innovative methodologies includes your genomics, pharmaceuticals, DNA sequencing, cell culture, interference RNA, and genome editing have effectively improved the growth and understanding of the health science through gene sequencing, stem cells for regenerative medicines, and you can also go for the tissue engineering and antibiotics. And with the study improvements in the research and development, this medical biotechnology can surely become a well received foundation in health science and in health area in future prospects. Let's talk about the diagnostics. Diagnostic is an essential tool for providing the basic data for medical therapies and biological and industrial processes. For example, we can take the process control and food and environmental monitoring. One of the first biomedical application is the measurement of your blood glucose in diabetes. That was the first instrument that has been used as a diagnostic tool. So it is one of the most popular and helpful biotechnology application used in this immediate healthcare field. People who have the symptoms created by the pathogens are rarely known to be diseases. Most of the individuals fails to diagnose these conditions earlier, so they will get lots of problem. And it is even worse when the concentration of the pathogen is already high, and therefore an early knowledge and diagnosis of the pathophysiology conditions are important for a better cure. There are many techniques available for this condition, but the biotechnological techniques have a potential to bring the desired result. The expanding availability of information on the genetic sequences and polymorphism, SNP proteins, and varieties of interactions, metabolic, phenotypically variants, as well as the sensor technologies plus micro and nanotechnologies in the combination with the communication network spanning the globe will allow the increasingly precise measurement for your the susceptibilities of the disease, and it will strength of the genetic and metabolic network. It will show the status of vital organs and tissues and regimens of the pharmaceutical and therapies, and surely it will helpful in the development in the surgery and implantation. So therefore early detection is not possible using conventional method. For example, if we like serum and urine analysis. So let's look at some of the biotechnological application that helps in early diagnostic of the disease, and therefore as I told you that it is helpful and have a potential to bring a desired result. In that sequence, the first application is your polymerase chain reaction, that is your PCR. What happens, normally we can detect a pathogen such as bacteria, viruses, only when the disease symptoms starts to appear. However, by this time the pathogen concentration in the body is very high, and is there a way to detect pathogen at initial states of the disease when their concentrations are low? Then we could say yes, by using the technique called the your PCR. Yeah, PCR actually involves the amplification of the nucleic acid in the pathogen, allowing us to detect the pathogen at very low concentration. So today we use PCR routinely to detect the HIV in suspected AIDS patients, and to detect gene mutation in suspected cancer patients, and lots more examples are there. So now I think you have understand what is the use of the PCR in diagnostic techniques. The next application is your the enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, that is your test called as the ELISA. What happens, the basic principles of ELISA is antigen antibody reaction. ELISA can diagnose infections by detecting the presence of antigen, that is the protein of the pathogen, in the patient serum, or by detecting the antibodies produced against the pathogen. So by this technique we can diagnose the particular pathogen in a diseased person. The last one is your in situ hybridization. This technique involves tagging a single stranded DNA or RNA with a radioactive molecule, that is we call as a probe. So this then hybridizes with its complementary DNA in a clone of cells, and on detection using autoradiography, the clone with the mutated gene will not appear on the photographic film because the probe is not complementary to the mutated gene, and therefore we can diagnose the particular error in the gene. Next is your the application of medical biotechnology in medicine biopharmaceutical. Through the advances, methods in the biotechnology, biopharmaceuticals were produced safely and quickly for the treatment of the illness. Though the biopharmaceutical is another most significant and most important application of the biotechnology, the combination of the drug does dose not concern only any chemicals. Nevertheless, microorganisms are completed completed it possible for expanding them. The protein and their large molecules are the most significant source of this biopharmaceutical application. They can attack some hidden mechanism of functionalities of the disease, and apart from that, it also wipes out the bugs. And currently, if we talk about, most of the scientists are frustrating for expanding the biopharmaceutical drug that are treated against various diseases, including your heart disease, hepatitis, and cancer. Though furthermore, the biopharmaceutical do not contain any chemical and use targeted organism to synthesize the medicine successfully. Big molecules of the protein are the typical origin of the biopharmaceuticals, and when they are inside the human body, they target the dangerous and hidden parts of the disease and obliterate them. Today, scientists and researchers are aiming to extend the develop biopharmaceutical medicines which can be used to fight the disease related to heart, hepatitis, as well as the cancer. Next is your gene therapy. So let's talk about some important points of the gene therapy. Gene therapy is a genetic engineering technique used to cure diseases, and it is a well known application of the biotechnology in medicine. The impressive thing about the gene therapy is that it holds the highly sophisticated and outstanding key to the genetic disease. Apart from that, it is also used for the treating the diseases by inserting a correct and normal gene for your inactive or defective gene. When it comes to the normal gene, it commonly takes the area of an inactive or defective gene. In addition, it also carries out the functions of those genes. In other words, we can say gene therapy has a better potential to create a complete cure. If you want to get the benefit, you can ensure that it is used in the initial stages of the human life. In some instances, the new gene makes some corrections in your genetic information. It is an outstanding process when your genes begin performing or functioning in the end of your body. So, in its simplest form, it involves the introduction of a good gene at a random location in the genome to aid the cure of a disease that is caused by a mutated gene. The good gene is usually introduced into the disease cells as part of a vector transmitted by a virus that can infect the host cell and deliver the foreign DNA. The more advanced form of the gene therapy try to correct the mutation at the original site in the genome, such as the case with the treatment of severe combined immunodeficiency. Next is your genetic diagnosis. Genetic diagnosis is the process of testing for suspected genetic defect before administering treatment is called the genetic diagnostic by genetic testing. Depending on the inheritance pattern of a disease causing gene, family members are advised to undergo the genetic testing. Treatment plans are based on the findings of the genetic test that determines the type of cancer. If the cancer is caused by inherited gene mutation, other female relatives are also advised to undergo genetic testing and periodic screening for the breast cancer. So, genetic testing is also offered for the fetus to determine the presence of or absence of the disease causing gene in families with specific debilitating the diseases. Genetic testing involves the direct examination of the DNA molecules itself, and it is the best technique that uses the suitable DNA probes that have a better sequence similar to the mutated sequences. And in general, if we talk about, there are generally two major types of gene test that is common in the testing area. In the first type, a researcher may design a short piece of DNA whose sequence are complementary to a mutated sequences. These probes will seek their complement among the base pairs of an individual genome. And if the mutated sequence is present in the patient's genome, the probe will bind to it and flag the mutation. In the second type, a researcher may conduct the gene test by comparing the sequence of the DNA bases in the patient's gene to a normal version of the gene. So, these are the two methods through which the genetic diagnostics is done. So it is genetic testing is one of the heredity techniques used for ending various genetic diseases and other genetic related problems in carrier screening and parents and sex, and it is the best technique that is used suitable DNA probes that have a better sequence similar to the mutated sequence. So most significantly, genetic testing is used for recognizing illegal individuals. Along with this, many people opt for genetic testing to examine the parenthood also. Next, let's talk about the pharmacogenomics. Pharmacogenomics is the combination of advances in the pharmaceutical along with the genomics. The end goals of this application is to improve medicines that are specifically targeted to a person in lieu with the genetic makeup to ensure effective treatment of the illness. With the use, the end goal of this branch of the medical science is to effectively produce biotechnological medicines which are placed in the patient's body in accordance with his genetical makeup. With the use of pharmacogenomics, medical companies can produce medicines that depends on the protein, compounds and RNA particles based on the chosen qualities and infections applicable. So, pharmacogenomics is the technique that leverages the person's hereditary information to choose the best biotechnological medicine for their illness. And this studies the body system response to certain medication. So, synthesized medicines are almost guaranteed to improve remedial effect in addition to diminishing harm to other nearby cells. Now, with the knowledge of the person's hereditary inclinations, a specialist can ascertain how well the patient's body can prepare and process a medication and decide the correct amount of medication doses. As a result, an accurate prescription will be given and the chances of overdose is mitigated. So, at the last, we can conclude that with today's biotechnology, traditional medications are improved efficiently with reduced risk and provides the cost-effective alternatives. Through great strides in the biotechnology, millions of the patients worldwide continue to have a better chance of getting cured using the biological medicines developed by the companies that are discovering and developing and delivering innovative medicines to treat all the types of illness. As companies continue to develop medicines that addresses the significant unmet needs, future innovatives in biotechnology research will bring exciting new advances to help the millions of more people worldwide. Thank you for being with us. For more information, please log on to our website www.itlsacademy.com and register yourself for the particular course. And you can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, LinkedIn. And yes, do not forget to subscribe our channel at YouTube ITLS Academy. Thank you.